What up, what up? Welcome to Mr. Brown's class where there's no whining and no complaining. Today we're looking at adding and subtracting mixed measures. All right, so not mixed numbers, all right, but mixed measurements. All right, so if we look at this, we have 1 yard, 2 feet, 7 inches. That's what we're talking about with measurements. And this is different than adding and subtracting regular digits. All right, and we'll see when we come to borrowing and carrying when we do this. Okay, so we're going to do 1 yard, 2 feet, and we want to line up everything. All right, so 2 yards, 2 feet, and 8 inches. Now, this is important to understand how much each is worth. So we have 7 plus 8, which is 15 inches. Now, here's feet. So how much inches are in a foot? All right, well, there's 12 inches. All right, well, 15 is more than 12 inches. So 15 is more than a foot. All right, so we're going to have 12 inches, or no, sorry, 3 inches, all right, because we're going to have 3 left over, and we're going to carry 1 foot. All right, so 1 foot, this is 15 inches, is 1 foot and 3 inches. So we leave the 3 inches there, and we carry that up here. 1 plus 2 feet, all right, is 5 feet. Now we have to look at the next measurement. Those are yards. Now how many feet are in a yard? Well, there's 3 feet in a yard. All right, so how many more feet than 1 yard do we have? Well, 2. It's going to be 2 feet. We're going to carry that 1 yard. All right, because 5 feet is 1 yard and 2 feet. All right, and then we add up this, all right, and we get 4 yards. So 4 yards, 2 feet, 3 inches. So we're carrying what it's worth, okay? Carrying 1, right? The carrying's a little bit easier than borrowing. Let's try this one. Why don't you pause it and see if you can solve this one. Okay, so we have seconds here, minutes and hours. All right, so we're going to add up this and we get 85 seconds. Now, how many seconds are in a minute? 60, right? So we're going to carry 1 minute. All right, and how much left over do we have? We have 25 seconds. All right, 41, all right, that's going to be 86 minutes. All right, now how many minutes are in an hour? Again, 60. So we have more than 60, so we're going to carry 1 hour up here. All right, and we're left with 26 minutes. All right, and we have 4 hours. All right, so 4 hours, 26 minutes, and 25 seconds. All right, so if we have more than a minute, okay, we carry that minute up. We leave what's left over. All right, subtracting gets a little bit more confusing. All right, because when we borrow, we're used to borrowing tens because of place values. But, you know, here, all right, an hour is not worth 10. All right, so we can't do 15 minus 40 minutes. All right, so we're going to borrow 1 hour here. And make this 9. Make my brush a little bit more. All right. Now, what's 1 hour worth? Well, it's worth 60. So this becomes 75 because we're going to add the 60 to the 15. All right. So we took an hour away, right? And 1 hour is worth 60 minutes. So now we can subtract. So we have 35 minutes. All right, again, we can't do 9 hours minus 15 hours. All right, so we're going to have to borrow from days. And this becomes 4. Now, how many hours are in a day? 24. So we're going to add 24 to the 9, which becomes 33. And we go ahead and subtract. We get 8. 2 minus 1 is, so 18 hours and 3 days. When we're borrowing what it's worth. All right, adding it on to what is left. And notice how when I did this, I didn't go fast across here. I went one step at a time when I borrowed. We get in a big hurry when we're subtracting a lot of times. All right, let's look at this last one. And this one's a little bit tricky. Because notice how we have yards and inches here, but we have yards, feet, and inches here. So we're going to write this out as 4 yards. Now we don't have any feet, so we have to put 0 feet. We have to put a placeholder there. And then 3 inches. All right, minus 2 yards, 1 foot, and 8 inches. All right, now we can go ahead and subtract. Now again, we can't do 3 minus 8, and we can't borrow from 0. All right, so we're going to come over here and borrow from the 4. So 3 yards is worth how many feet? All right, well, it's worth 3 feet. All right, but we still had to borrow here. 1 foot is worth 12 inches. So this becomes 15. All right, so I had to come all the way over here to the 4 yards. All right, take 1 away. Okay, know that there's 3 feet in the yard, so I put a 3 there, but I still had to borrow, so I took away 1 of those and added the 12 because there's 12 inches in a foot. So 15 minus 8 is 7. All right, 2 minus 1 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1 yard. So 1 yard, 1 foot, 7 inches. This is why it's important to understand conversions, okay? What each is equal to. Remember, everybody, be more awesome. And make sure that if you like this video, that you subscribe and like and share it with somebody that might be struggling with this concept or other concepts with math.